Hello, my name is Andre Rodriguez, and I will be giving a presentation on heart disease and the risk factors. Growing up, both my parents worked for medical device companies, therefore, I was exposed to a lot of information about heart disease and reducing the risk for heart disease, and I'll be sharing that information today. Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States. This statistic is true for men and women. According to American Heart Association, one person dies every 37 seconds of heart disease. About 1 in 4 deaths in America are from heart disease. Therefore, this is a big deal and we need to take this seriously. Here's an example of a clean artery. Blood is flowing through it, going through each part of the body, supplying oxygen to all your parts of the body, allowing your body to function. Now, what happens when you eat unhealthy, you don't exercise, you're sedentary, your arteries will begin to fill up with plaque, and that will slowly fill up until it closes, causing an obstruction. Now, this obstruction leads to many different issues. Heart disease has uncontrollable and controllable risk factors. Many people believe that just because they are skinny and they look healthy, that they're not at risk for heart disease. This is false. If you eat fast food, you eat fried food, you will be prone to having heart disease. Just because you're skinny doesn't mean that your arteries can't fill up, because they will. And uncontrolled risk factors, people with diabetes, they're obviously more prone to having heart disease. And men over the age of 45 and women over the age of 55. Common types of heart disease. There's coronary artery disease, which is when fat or plaque blocks an artery leading to a heart attack. This one's extremely common. There's arrhythmia, which is an electrical issue caused by coronary artery disease. So the heart beats by an electrical pulse, and if an artery becomes damaged, then the electrical pulse may also become damaged, which can lead to other problems. Having a heart attack can cause scarred tissue. So just because if you have a heart attack, what they can do is insert a stent and open up your artery, allowing the plaque to flow through. But what happens is if you've already had a heart attack, that tissue can be permanently damaged, leading to other issues, making you more prone to having heart disease. So once you have one type of heart disease, the risk for having others is highly increased. So once this train starts going, it's not a pretty sight. Now, major symptoms of a heart attack includes chest pain, nausea, lightheadedness, pain or discomfort in the jaw, pain or discomfort in the arm and shoulder, shortness of breath. So if you're feeling any of these symptoms for an extended period of time, go to the hospital immediately. Key risk factors. So according to the CDC.gov website, high blood pressure, high blood cholesterol, smoking, and lack of exercise are key risk factors for heart disease. Other conditions and lifestyle choices that raise the chance of heart disease include lack of exercise, obesity, diabetes, unhealthy diet, excessive alcohol consumption. Basically, anything you think that's unhealthy will give you a chance of heart disease. Now, this is Dr. LaPrincess Brewer speaking about heart disease in the African American community. This ethnic group is at higher risk for heart disease. Me being a Latino, we're also at higher risk for heart disease. So here's a quick video of her explaining.
African American History Month is a very important time to focus on our health as African Americans. And as I mentioned before, heart disease is the #1 cause of death within this population, so why not talk about it now? And a lot of the risk factors are prevalent within the African American community. So I think African American History Month is a time that we celebrate our heritage, but it's also a way for us to come back and say, how do we sustain our lives? How do we live longer? How do we survive? We must increase awareness within this group, but we must also empower them to make health behavior change.
right there. We must empower people to take health behavior change, and we must educate them so for them to take action on their own. Now, ways to reduce risk of heart disease. First and foremost, educate oneself on the risk of heart disease. Second, make small goals to improve your heart health, especially if you're at risk. Quit smoking, and if you don't exercise, gradually start exercising. Now, according to CDC.gov website, losing 5% to 10% of your body weight favorably affects cholesterol, blood pressure, and blood sugar. Thank you for your time. I hope you learned a lot about heart disease and the risk factors associated with them. And I hope that we can all make better decisions to reduce our risk of heart disease. Thank you and have a great day.